In a Katie's clothing store, shoppers are hunting for their winter wardrobe. These clothes are at the end of a long and complicated supply chain that begins in Bangladesh.
We've been in Bangladesh for quite some time. First of all, the garments are made exceptionally well. And like a lot of these countries, it's a huge aspect of their economy.
Bangladesh is now the world's second largest garment industry behind China. It exports more than $750 million worth of cheap, fast fashion to Australia. Target sources from 37 factories in Bangladesh. Conor actor stitches pants for the discount retailer.
আবার ভালো লাগে তারপরে মাঝে মাঝে আমরা আবার যে দেখি যে উনি আরেকজনের দিয়ে যে দি তোরে কেমন দেখা যায় ওইটা আবার মাঝে মাঝে আমরা কি লাঞ্চে বসে বসে ওইটা আবার এও করি
Conor is paid $7 Australian a day, an amount above the minimum wage for garment workers in Bangladesh.
মনে করেন দুইজনের কাজটা একজন দিয়েও করা কিন্তু তার উপরে অনেক চাপ পড়ে যায়
Officials in Bangladesh fear at least 70 people have been killed and hundreds injured.
3 years ago, Bangladesh's garment industry came crashing down, killing more than 1,000 people and laying bare a dangerous and completely unregulated industry.
Emergency crews are working to pull out survivors from under the rubble of the 8-storey building.
The Rana Plaza disaster forced the fashion world to look closely at its secretive production lines as public pressure grew for companies to be more transparent about who was making their clothes and in what conditions.
14.5 ounces of the best grade denim we could buy.
The fallout included some of Australia's biggest fashion retailers. The low-cost label Rivers was singled out as one of the worst offenders. On the anniversary of the disaster, the CEO of Specialty Fashions that owns Rivers, Katie's and Millers has spoken publicly for the first time. The company only acquired Rivers after the disaster. It has changed 85% of the factories it sources from.
By making our supply chain transparent is a huge step in the right direction. It'll call upon our vendors to lift their game, stand up to the mark, and also as leaders in the industry to say, look, we all have to really be accountable here.
The company's improvement is noted in 2 reports obtained by 7:30 that will be released tomorrow by Baptist World Aid and Oxfam. Both reports show garment workers in Bangladesh are working 14 to 16 hours long, in poor conditions, and are some of the lowest paid in the world.
The publication of the location of factories is absolutely critical. It allows an ability to also check, to monitor and to report on what goes on there.
The research ranks Australian retail giants on their efforts to stamp out exploitation and sweatshop conditions. Best and Less and the Just Group that owns Just Jeans and Portmans rated poorly. They did not provide safety audits or information on where their clothes were sourced. Best and Less disputes the findings.
If they don't let us know and they don't let the public know, then how can we be assured that workers in their supply chain aren't being exploited and oppressed, that there is no slavery? So we're encouraging those companies to do more, to be transparent and let us know that their supply chain systems are strong and that the workers are being protected.
The garment industry is still dangerous. Many factories are behind schedule in meeting safety standards put in place to prevent the deadly fires and devastating building collapses that plagued the industry for years.
We have had struggles with some of the factories that we've been involved with to ensure that they are as committed, actually, as we are to their workers' rights. That's probably been the biggest challenge, and it's one of a cultural shift.
That cultural shift will become more important with the multi-billion-dollar garment industry in Bangladesh planning on doubling its size in the next 6 years.
There was compliance even prior to Rana Plaza, and we always ensured that our factories were compliant to the standards of then. But clearly the standards weren't up to the mark when it came to international standards.
The clothes made in Salman Azim's factory in the outer suburbs of Dhaka are predominantly for the German market. The last audit found the factory did not meet safety standards.
The process is a lot to do with conversation, and it takes time, but they'll be met. And I think as per now, we're just waiting for our second audit.
The conditions in Bangladesh are improving. Wages have gone up by above 80%. They've gone from $38 to $71 per month. So it's positive for Bangladesh, but of course we'd love to see more being done.